Hello and welcome to the Hyperion Driver-Based Planning tutorial. In this lesson, we will go over the creation of revenue drivers. There are three ways to connect to the planning application in order to create or modify revenue drivers. The three ways are connecting from a brand new spreadsheet, which we will cover in this video. You can also connect from a template, which is simpler, and we will cover that in another video. The last method is to connect using the Internet Explorer browser, which we will also cover. To connect from a brand new spreadsheet, open Excel and go to the Smart View tab. Then click on Options. Under the Advanced Options, you will find Shared Connections URL under General. Paste in the Conduent server address. You can find the current server address on the Installing Smart View on the Desktop PDF document found on the Files tab in the Driver-Based Planning Yammer support site. Here we have an empty Excel workbook which we can use to begin working on planning. One strong point of the Hyperion Planning application is that data is stored centrally on a planning server and be quickly downloaded as needed. Go to the Smart View tab, click on the panel icon on the far left side of the command bar, and go to the My Shared Connections, which will pop up on the right. You will need to enter your WinID and enterprise password. Then, once it's accepted, click on the drop-down arrow and you will see 5 servers to choose from. Select the Hyperion Planning Fusion Edition server. Expand using the plus signs. PL Plan is the name of our customized planning application. These two items at the bottom are S-Base cubes dedicated to the planning application. These S-Base data cubes are groups of databases that rest beneath the Hyperion application and help organize all the information we will be using. The first step will be to expand task lists. On this video, we can see quite a few task lists, but most users will only see 2 or 3. Most planners will use the User Process task list. Click User Process and then expand Run a Forecast. Hit the plus sign to expand Run a Forecast. Then double-click on Create or Modify Revenue Forecast. All the various items on the task list can be accessed by double-clicking. We will go over their purposes in other videos. After double-clicking, a form will open in Excel. First, you will need to pick your planning cost center. For example, if we use the currently selected one, Payment Services, you will see that this particular planning cost center has no drivers defined. We will contrast that with a planning cost center that already has revenue drivers defined. Let's select a different planning cost center, Payment Card Services, and hit refresh. As you can see, there are 3 drivers already defined and associated with the ledger account, external revenue, volume recurring. If you are tasked with updating a planning cost center that already has drivers created, it is quite easy. You can review each of the drivers shown here, take a look at your current forecast or plan, and make changes on this form. Since the application is running in Excel, we can use all the Excel features like freeze panes, which will help your navigation. Simply make any changes needed by typing in the yellow cells. For example, let's say that the price of each claim increased to $5.25. You type in the new price and then hit Submit to update the plan. It's that simple. This driver's plan has now been updated. It is critical that you submit data for the server to receive it. It is not necessary that you save the Excel workbook after you submit data, as it can be refreshed from the server anytime. When you need to revise something, simply open the necessary web form, pick your planning cost center, hit refresh, make changes, and then resubmit. The expectation is that you will not start with empty planning cost centers. However, if you do start from a blank form and need to create a revenue driver from the beginning, simply right-click on the form as shown on the screen. This will open a menu, and if you go all the way down, you will find the Smart View option. Click and select Add Row. When we add a row, we need to select a ledger account and a driver number. Since this is a revenue driver web form, we have to select a revenue account. To select a revenue account, click on the Revenue Account search icon. Notice that my member selection is Account. To narrow down your search quickly, you can type the name of the account you are looking for. In this case, we type External Revenue. Once the search results appear, you need to go to the lowest level by expanding any plus signs you see. If you select a mid-level roll-up account, the system will allow you to select it, however, it will not process completely. Make sure all the plus signs are expanded and you select the lowest level revenue account. For our standard revenue drivers, we will be able to select volume recurring, volume non-recurring, or fixed fee from the external revenue options. For this example, we will use volume recurring, then click OK. Next, you have to indicate how many drivers you will define for this revenue account. Click on the driver search icon. Let's say you have 2 drivers, accounts and minutes. Each will need its own numeric designation. A shortcut is to type driver 001. You can always come back and add more driver numbers to a revenue account. Another way to select a driver number is to navigate down the option tree. You will need to end up in the Total Standard Drivers section. Select the drivers you want. You can select up to 10 drivers per account per planning cost center, but in this case we only need 2. Then click on OK, and a message will pop up confirming that your submission was successful. You will see the form populate with the drivers you selected. If you don't see anything, that means an incorrect combination was selected and you'll have to check your work. You can shrink this panel to have better visibility of the form. The next step is to choose the driver type. You will do that from this drop-down. The first driver is minutes. You can scroll down the list to look for it, or type the name. The second driver is going to be accounts. There are several generic driver types, such as items or transactions, in case you cannot find the exact name you are looking for. Once you select the driver types, go to the Smart View command ribbon and click on Submit Data. This will validate your choices. For example, if we had chosen a driver type that is not valid, it'll show in red. Green means that Hyperion has validated your selection. So let's go back to accounts. You have the option of putting in a comment for each driver type to further identify it. After typing a comment, you need to submit the web form again to make sure that all your entries are correct and accepted by the server. The comment field is free text, and you can enter anything you wish. Here you will see your driver rate, which refers to the average price we charge for this type of transaction in the organization this planning cost center represents. Driver value queue adjustment refers to the quantity of driver transactions expected. Quantity per FTE refers to the expected throughput of 1 employee per month. All 3 parameters can be different each month. For this example, we set the price for minutes to $1 with a quantity of 1 million minutes per month, and we determine that each FTE can handle 100,000 minutes a month. With this information, the system will calculate revenue to Conduent as well as calculate a notional or suggested headcount, which is the result of quantity divided by quantity per FTE. This is why it is so important to enter the quantity per FTE into the system. On the second driver, we add the corresponding information for each field. You can adjust the size of the columns if you wish. Hit submit and the numbers are sent to the server. Thank you for your time and attention. Goodbye.